On the bank of the river Ganga lies this well-known town of Kashi. There, at the temple of Lord Vishwanatha, a great saint named Bharata lived. Every day, with great devotion, he would recite the 4th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Previously, when Bharata had been travelling on pilgrimage, he had gone to the town of Tapodan to take darshan of Lord Sri Krishna in his deity form. As he was leaving the town, he came across 2 bale fruit trees. Choosing to rest beneath their shade, he reclined, using the root of one tree as a pillow and the root of the other to support his feet. After a while, when Bharata left that place, those 2 trees started to dry up. Within 5 to 6 days, both the trees completely dried up and died. The 2 souls who had been living in those trees took their next birth as the daughters of a very pious Brahmana. Once, when those girls had reached the age of 7 years, they had gone on pilgrimage to Kashi. While wandering in Kashi, they happened to see the great sage Bharata. When they saw Bharata Maharaja, they immediately approached him and fell at his feet. In sweet words, they said, "O Maharaja Bharata, it's by your mercy we were liberated from the tree form of life." When Bharata Maharaja heard their statement, he became surprised. He inquired from them, "My dear daughters, where and when did I come in contact with you and release you from your tree forms? Please enlighten me on how you came to be in this condition, as I am unaware of these events." Following this, the 2 girls explained to Bharata Maharaja the circumstances that led to their transformation into trees. The 2 girls said, "Maharaja, on the bank of the river Godavari lies this sacred place called Chinnapap. At that place, there was a rishi named Satchatapa. He was performing severe austerities. In the hot season, he would sit in between many fires, and in the cold season, he would stand in the cold water. In due course of time, he became completely pure and had complete control of his senses, and slowly he attained the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. Lord Brahma started visiting daily to take darshan of Satchatapa and put questions before him about the devotional service of Lord Sri Krishna. Meanwhile, Lord Indra grew increasingly anxious about Satchatapa's elevated status, fearing that he might eventually threaten his position as the king of heaven. At that time, Lord Indra called the 2 of us, who in that birth were apsaras in the heavenly kingdom, and instructed us, "Go and cause the fall down of Satchatapa before he tries to take over my position." After receiving Lord Indra's instructions, we went to the bank of the Godavari river where Satchatapa was performing austerities. At that place, we both started to sing and dance very provocatively close to Satchatapa, intending to entice the sage into a romantic encounter with us. As we danced, our garments slipped. At that time, taking water in his hand, the sage cursed us with the following words, "May you both transform into bale trees on the banks of the Ganga river." Upon hearing this curse, we immediately fell at his feet and begged for his forgiveness. "Dear sage, please pardon us. We are simply the servants of Lord Indra." Seeing our submissive attitude, the sage became pleased and informed us that we would remain as trees until Maharaja Bharata came in contact with us. And he also blessed us that we would be able to remember our previous births. "My dear Maharaja Bharata, during your visit to Tapodan, you rested beneath us. At that time, as bale trees, we heard you reciting the 4th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This divine recitation not only liberated us from our tree existence, allowing us to be born into a devotee family, but it also extinguished all our desires for material enjoyment. Lord Vishnu said, "My dear Lakshmi, when those two girls shared their story before Bharata Maharaja, he felt immense joy and returned to his ashram. Throughout their lives, those two girls carefully recited the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita every single day, ultimately achieving devotion to my lotus feet."